I'm showing you a picture of Sister FrogBull. That's Sister FrogBull right there. Actually, Evangelist FrogBull. That's her name. And I am your roaming reporter. I am Lady Scandulicious. And I welcome you tonight to another wonderful evening of Friday Night Lights. So glad to have you here tonight. And those of you on our chat, at times I will try to catch up with you on the chat, but I'm not able to monitor it. Welcome all of our visitors. We're glad to have you. Those from Facebook, those on the chat, those on their iPads and iPhones and various other instruments. Again, welcome to Friday Night Lights, and I'm Lady Scandulicious, coming from TV 66, stationed in the road less traveled lane. Highway, road less traveled. Okay. Tonight we're interviewing, actually I have been interviewing Lady FrogBull, and she gave us various thoughts tonight she's from the congregation Tithanius, and she gave us various messages that she had, wisdoms of thought that she wanted to share and felt it was extremely to her advantage and to yours to share it. And so tonight we're reading from her blog on Tithanius.com. Some of you are welcome when you're at your leisure to go over to Tithanius.com and you'll check her out, all her as well as all the other wonderful people that are in that area. And so tonight we're reading the blog of Evangelist FrogBull. That's her name. And we're just going to start. Let's see. We'll just go there for a second. And hope you're feeling good tonight. Hope everything is fine. Hope you're okay. Hope you're having a great night. I'm having a good night. And her opening statement for Evangelist FrogBull, I'm going to read it, and she says, I am Evangelist FrogBull, and I've just about had enough of everything. I come against everything. I'm here, hon. Sister Rivergush, where are you? What is bothering you? Who is bothering you? She says, whatever is bothering you, she comes against it. She says she comes against everything and anything. She says whatever it is, she comes against it. I tell you, this is a friend you want to have, because whatever it is, Evangelist FrogBull comes against it. Okay, and her first article that she wrote, and I think you will enjoy this. She writes an article and she says, don't be shocked by the name, y'all, just stay in the spirit. She says, Evangelist FrogBull says, don't go to work naked. Now I know what you're thinking. It's not quite all that you're thinking. Her article is entitled, Don't Go to Work Naked. And she has a picture here of a character that you may know. She just felt that she wanted to put it on the article and see if you can. Yeah, she says, don't go to work naked. Okay, well, we're going to find out what she means, because you got to realize in all of Evangelist FrogBull's messages, there is a deep say deep. A deep revelation. Okay. Let's read. Evangelist FrogBull here. And I have just one thing to say. Don't go to work naked. Lastly, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Take up God's instruments of war, so that ye may be able to keep your position against all the deceits of the evil one. For our fight is not against flesh and blood, but against authorities and powers, against the world's rulers of this dark night, against the spirits of evil in the heavens. For this reason, take up all the arms of God, so that ye may be able to be strong in the evil day. And having done all, keep to your place. Take your place. Then having your body clothed, then having your body clothed with the true word, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness, be ready with the good news of peace as shoes on your feet. And most of all, using faith as a cover to keep all the flaming arrows of the evil one. And take salvation for your headdress, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. And she quotes Ephesians 6-10. And then she says in the bottom line, she says in English, ask God to clothe you with his Holy Spirit each day. Interesting. Don't go to work naked. I don't know about you, but I would never think about going to work naked. Even if there was any such thing as a nudist camp, I would not go to work naked. But she's not talking about natural clothes. She's talking about spiritual clothes, about putting on all these various things. And she says, because we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. You know, it makes me wonder, have you ever gone to work half-dressed? Didn't have on your helmet of salvation to cover your head? And then somebody says something to you, and then just gets on your nerve, and then a thought comes into your head because your head is not covered. You didn't cover your head is naked. And the thought says, go upside her head. Well, you know you can't do that, because if you go upside her head, you're going to lose your job. That's what Evangelist FrogBull meant when she says, don't go to work naked. Have something on your head. See, I've got my, see this? Jesus is my boss. Yes, Jesus is my boss. Don't go to work. In fact, I'll go even further for what Evangelist FrogBull had said. Don't even get up naked. That's right. In fact, I wouldn't go to bed naked either, because what if you were laying down in the bed with your husband, by mistake he's just snoring that night, and you're trying to go to sleep, and he just, and I mean, like, and you're laying there, and you're trying your best. You are trying your very best, because you remember the Bible said, for better and for worse. Now, some of you might have done like me and said, when that part came up in Just the Peace, and he said, for better and the worse, you might have said, You might not have said yes. You might have just said, But for those of you that actually said yes, and your husband, he's like, and then he gets to that part where like, you're like, okay, I can't take it, I can't take it, I can't take it, not another snort. But you're laying there, and you're clothed all the way from your feet even down to your little bedroom booties. You have them on, you got your gown on, but you forgot to have on your helmet of salvation. Your head is naked. So you're looking at him and you're laying there. God, please, no, one more snort and I can't take it. One more snort and I'm not going to have it. And then you hear it. The thought has been placed in your head by the evil one because you do not have on the helmet of salvation. You got a naked head. So you look at him. And you're looking. And he's snoring. And then that one more last snort. why it's important, ladies and gentlemen, not to go to work naked. Don't even go to bed naked. Have on your helmet on your head, because you never know. You never know when the evil one's going to come. Well, let's just take a moment and just look at the chat and let's see what we're having here. Okay. Let's see what the chat is saying here. I hope you all are enjoying Evangelist FrogBull. Let's see. Okay. Dr. Carol, we're glad to have you. All the other visitors. Okay. So true. We need to be ever ready. Not just ready, but we need to have on some clothes. We don't need to be naked ever. Even in the shower, we need to have on some clothes. Oh, and then the visitor says, you will say, I love you, honey. Yeah, but if you don't have your hat on your head, your helmet of salvation on that last snoring, you're just liable to just hit him upside the head with a pillow. Okay. Yeah, after rolling him over. Yep, after rolling him over, you're right. So, it seems like, I tell you, Evangelist FrogBull, I told you she's got some major revelations here. You know, you never know. And have you ever, I mean, like you've been, have some company. Talking about don't go to work naked, don't go anywhere naked, have on your clothes all the time. Don't even take a shower naked. And you got company coming over. And you spent all day long trying to get your food ready and everything fixed, you know, and everything all fixed out and whatnot. And you didn't take time to eat because you was just so busy cooking. And of course, there's always that cousin that's got that greedy child. I don't care who it is, and that child is just getting bigger and bigger. And the mama is saying, oh, you know, she's just growing. Yeah, she's about to grow out the everything. But anyway, and so the child comes in, and they're sitting down at the table, and you know you forgot to put some food aside because you know whenever this company comes over, there ain't going to be nothing left on the table. But you, in your hurry, you were just so busy, you didn't have time, you forgot to put a little something aside so you'd have something left, you know. And it was down to like the 5 pieces of chicken that was left. You had cooked the whole chicken. I don't know how many, 18, 15 pieces of chicken from that one chicken. It was a chicken on steroids, yeah, chicken on steroids, had 18 pieces to it. And you were looking at the 4 pieces that was left. Now it's down to 3, and you're thinking, I ain't going to have nothing to eat tomorrow. This is just one. The child, she going to take that last piece. I know she is. I just know that big old gigantic hand of that 5-year-old child going to take that last piece of chicken. Now you're dressed. You got your dress on. You got your shoes. If you're not naked, you're not sitting at the dinner table naked. No, you're dressed. You got your helmet of salvation on, your breastplate of righteousness. You got your loins girded with truth, and you got on the sword of the shield of faith and the word, which is a sword, and you got your preparation of peace, your shoes on your feet. But one thing, when she takes that last piece of chicken, you're down to the 3rd one. Then you're down to the 2nd one. And now there's that one more last piece of chicken. And you're beginning to pray, and you're beginning to pray, and you're beginning to rock. And they're talking and they're having a conversation, but you're rocking, and all you can think of is chicken. Chicken, my last piece of chicken. Chicken. And all of a sudden, your hand is you got the sword of faith in your hand, the shield of faith in your hand. And then you're grabbing for the chicken, that last piece. She goes for it, and it's a home run, and she goes, and you jump, and you leap over the table, and your sword of the shield of faith drops out of your hand, so your hands are naked, and you go for the chicken, and you hit it upside the child's head. Oh, my goodness. It's a home run. You got the chicken, but you smashed the chicken bone upside the child's head. You see, this is why Evangelist FrogBull said, don't go to bed or to work or into the dinner table naked with the sword took the chicken bone and you locked it upside the child's head. Not good, not good, not good. So you see, children, my friends and everyone, why it's important not to go to bed or anywhere naked, but to have on the shield of faith and the whole armor of God. You need it. You really need it. Let's take a little break for a second.
Power on. Connected.
Just tell your neighbor, who's ever in the room with you, don't go anywhere naked. Don't even take a shower naked. And we're reading the chat here. We got some people saying that you're going to go to jail. Yeah, that's true. That's child abuse if you hit that child with that chicken bone. Who we're talking about Evangelist FrogBull tonight? And we have a visitor who actually said they knew there was a reason why they didn't like to be naked. Yes. You got to put on the full armor of God. And again, we welcome you to Friday Night Lights. And from the congregation of Tithanius tonight, we're reading the blog of Sister FrogBull, Evangelist FrogBull. And you're welcome to go over to tithanius.com and see that site. It's major wisdom there. And this is tonight Evangelist FrogBull. And I am your roaming reporter, Lady Scandulicious, from the station 66 at the address of the road less traveled. Hold on a second, I think I got a phone call here. Hello? Uh-huh. Oh, Evangelist FrogBull. How are you? You want us to tell the listeners as to why they should not even go into the shower naked? Okay, you want to tell them they need to be fully clothed. Okay, I hear you. Uh-huh. 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 Okay, I will make sure I tell them. Okay, well, that was Sister Evangelist FrogBull, and she now wants me to tell you why we should not even go to the shower naked. Okay, well, okay. She was telling me, let's turn this down a little bit. She was telling me of an incident where she said she was fully believing being fully clothed. But she had an incident that she'll never forget, and from that day forth to this day, she says she don't even go to the shower unless she's fully clothed. She says she was going into the bathroom to take her shower. She disrobed as normal, and she got into the bath, into the shower. She put on her soap. In fact, she was using the soap Joy, a special soap called Joy from the dish detergent Joy. And she said, and then she began to just shower and just rub, just saturate herself down with joy. She began to just worship and just began to get joy from joy. And she was just singing, just praising, oh my goodness. She was having a wonderful time. She said, and heaven was just rejoicing. And she was just praising and praising God. Just singing, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Joy of the Lord is my strength. She said, and the devil won't take my joy. I won't have no strength. She said, joy of the Lord is my strength. And she was just rushing with the joy, and she was washing down with the joy, and she was, she had this robe, and she wasn't dressed, and she happened to look up. And as she was looking up, she thought she was just beginning to magnify God. The joy of the Lord was her strength. And she looked up in that ceiling, and on top of that ceiling, right over her head, was the biggest palmetto bug she had ever seen. And she looked, and the thing commencing to flying, and it was soaring right at her. She began to wonder where is her garments of righteousness and her sword and her shield of faith that she could whip this palmetto bug. But because she had disrobed and left her clothes, she didn't have anything. She was naked. Oh my, what a day. What a weeping day that was. And she began to shiver. She was frightened and she began to shiver. She began to just, my God, she was remorseful. And she repented in her heart that she had not gone to the shower fully dressed and fully clothed with the full armor of God. Because now this palmetto bug, it had the spirit of an evil one inside of it. And not only was it hanging from the ceiling, but it was charging to the left, and it charged to the right, and it charged, trying to get in her eyeball because she didn't have on the helmet of salvation, and it charged up in her arms because she didn't have her loins girded with righteousness, and it charged on her feet, and she almost stepped on it and was about to fall because she didn't have her feet shod with the preparation of peace. And so she began to get out the tub, and she fell out the tub, and she ran, and she ran. She ran. The Bible said, resist the devil and he'll flee. Well, she had got that. She had it backwards. She didn't say the part about resist the palmetto bug, but she said she remembered the part about I'm going to flee, and then I'll be able to resist the palmetto bug. So she ran out the bathroom, and then she ran in the bedroom, and she kept on running, and she heard the song, believe I'll run on, see what the end gonna be. Believe I'll run on, see what the end's gonna be. Believe I'll run on. So she kept running, and she kept running, and she kept running, and she knew that they that sow in tears shall doubtless come again, bringing their sheaves with them. She kept holding on, and that palmetto bug, it kept running after her, and it was running, and she kept running. Oh, they that sow in tears shall doubtless reap with joy, bringing their sheaves with them. And she ran past the first door, and she ran past the second door, and she ran past the third door. And then she opened up her eyes, and she realized she was standing outside on the front lawn, totally backbone naked. And all the neighbors were looking at her. And from this day to this day, hold on a second, I hear, huh? Oh, you said tell them this is a serious matter. Tell them that this is a serious matter, that they need to constantly be clothed, even in the shower. Said, because you said what? She said because when she got out there on that lawn, and all her neighbors were laughing, and she didn't have on her helmet of salvation, nor did she have the sword of faith in her hand, nor is her feet shod with the preparations of peace. She began to fight, and she began to beat them up, and she began to whip them like somebody crazy. She said she lost it all. Well, FrogBull, did you realize you didn't have no clothes on while you were fighting? Huh? She said that's what she's trying to tell y'all. That is important that you have your clothes on even in the shower. And so that's the story of why you need to have your clothes on even in the shower. That's right. music here. Well, you've been listening to Friday Night Lights with Evangelist FrogBull. And I am your traveling reporter, Lady Scandulicious, from the station 66, with the location, the road less traveled. Let's look at our chat and see what we got here. Okay, got 5 minutes, our station manager said. One writer says, what an awful experience. And now she is unable to wash. Never more naked. The Lord will wash her clean. Yes. The Lord will wash her clean. She can't wash without any clothes anymore. She has to always wear clothes. Well, ladies, that's been Evangelist FrogBull. In case some of you came in a little late, you haven't had a chance to see what she looks like, this is Evangelist FrogBull. I will show it to you in a half a second. That's Evangelist FrogBull. Powerful, powerful woman and speaker. And you'll find more of her on Tithanius.com. That's Tithetaneos. The word tithe. Tithetaneous.com. That's another ministry of LM-international.us. We are growing. God is enlarging our ground. And I am your roaming reporter, Lady Scandulicious. And I pray you have enjoyed it. In my closing tonight, I want you to turn to somebody, put your hand in their hand, and say, neighbor, don't go anywhere naked. And particularly, don't go to work, don't even wash naked. I love you. God bless you. Until next time, this has been your roaming reporter, Lady Scandulicious. God bless you.